Good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis, and it is a Tuesday, October the 10th. We've got a good show coming your way. Tasty Tuesday. That's right. It is Tasty Tuesday. But first things first, it's a Tuesday. We are on Mondays through Fridays at 10 a.m. on Houston Community College District's Facebook page, YouTube. You can catch Up to the Minute here. And also, you can watch us in social media. We are available anytime to rewatch the show, the rebroadcast under Houston Community College District. Look for it on YouTube, Facebook, we're on Twitter, or I should say X now, and also on all digital platforms. You can catch us on HCCTV, the rebroadcast of the show every day at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. All right, we're going to go on out and talk with our first guest real fast, introduce him. He's got a big event coming up, Inventathon. And this year, it's a partnership with NASA. Ravi Brahmbhatt is joining us now. Ravi, good to see you.
Good to see you, Todd.
Big things happening at the West Loop and also online. We're looking forward to hearing all about it. So we'll be with you in just a few minutes, probably about 10 minutes. But first things first, it's Tasty Tuesday, and we've got a special guest joining us right now. Lindsey Brown is the executive director of the Southern Smoke Festival, and she's our Tasty Tuesday guest. Lindsey, welcome to the show. Let's see if we can get you to unmute your mic. It's still muted there.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So let's talk about the event, and we're going to talk about your foundation, but the event is called the Southern Smoke Festival, and it's taking place, I believe, this weekend at Discovery Green.
That's correct. We will be 6 acres in Discovery Green. We've got 66 chefs from around the country that will be cooking. We have wine and all kinds of beverages. We have live music. We have a really great auction. And it's all to benefit food and beverage industry in crisis nationwide.
And you guys have some phenomenal weather. I bet for a while you were maybe have been a bit nervous because we didn't know how longer this heat wave was going to continue. I was thinking it may be November, who knows, with the weather in Houston. But the weather looked like it's going to be fabulous this weekend. So y'all expecting a big turnout?
We are expecting a great turnout. We've already sold about 3,000 tickets, so we're really excited about that. The weather is going to be perfect. I don't even think we need the air-conditioned VIP tent this year, but we've got it just in case. Yeah, we're absolutely thrilled.
You know, Houston seems to be very supportive of our festivals. We always have good turnouts, you know, from the art festival, when we used to have the Westheimer Arts Festival, you know, all of them seem to get good turnouts. But this one has a special cause behind it because besides the fabulous food, the entertainment, the weather, the chefs that are going to be out there, you guys have a Southern Smoke Foundation, and this is your largest fundraiser. Tell us about the foundation and what you provide.
We have 2 main pillars within our foundation. One is emergency relief. One thing that I think became very obvious during Hurricane Harvey was that our industry doesn't have a safety net. And when you think back at the fact that restaurants were closed for 2 weeks, that was devastating for dishwashers and bussers and bartenders. And we knew that all of the funds, J.J. Watt's fund, the mayor's fund, the Red Cross fund, none of that money was going to touch a dishwasher. And none of that money was going to touch a server that has no income for 2 straight weeks. So we figured out a way with our 501c3 that we could create an application process, a vetting committee, an awards committee, and literally put money in the hands of individuals who were affected by the storm. And so at the end of Hurricane Harvey, we granted 139 individuals $500,000. And at that point, you know, there are fires in Napa and there are tornadoes in Tennessee. And it's just, and there's no organization like ours that will specifically take care of this industry that takes care of everyone else in every other situation. So we slowly grew into a national organization, and by March of 2020, we grew a whole lot faster. So during that year, during April of 2020, we received 35,000 applications in 1 month around the country. And from March of 2020 to March of 2021, we granted $6 million.
Wow.
We were lucky because we already had our process in place. So larger organizations had trust in us, Tito's or the Houston Texans or the Restaurant Workers Community Foundation granted to us so we could keep the work going. David Chang won $1 million on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and gave us $1 million. These things were huge. Now, fast forward to 2023, and it's a lot more challenging to raise funds for the food and beverage industry. It's not quite as sexy. COVID is over. But most of what was broken in this industry hasn't changed. So that's why we're still here, and that's why we're still pushing, and that's why this festival is so important.
And you guys have is it emergency relief fund? And you said they would apply through an application, and then you have a review committee, and then they would get a grant, I would imagine, as an emergency relief.
And we don't cap our grants. There are many organizations out there where, it's $500 for each person. But if you're desperate, to pay your mortgage and you lost your car, you really need $7,000. What is that $500 going to do?
Right.
So we do put more work into our casework, where we're digging a little deeper than most other emergency relief organizations, because most of the time, if you come to us and say you're asking for $1,500 to get out of this situation, when we start digging, we realize you usually need probably closer to 5 or 6. And we will make that recommendation that we don't want you to just get out of crisis this month. We want you up and out for the long term. And so that's sort of how we figured out our case by case grants.
And you also provide assistance with mental health services as well?
Yes. So it actually started back in 2018. It happened during our festival. We had a roundtable with all the chefs that were here for festival, and it made sense for us to use them as a brain trust. We have some of the best minds in this industry in one place. Let's talk. And what came out of that meeting was that mental health was where we needed to go. And we weren't sure how at that time, but through an introduction to the University of Houston by Mental Health America, we realized that there are universities that have clinical programs. They are training psychologists through a PhD program. Those PhD candidates need hours. They need clinical hours. And so there's a win-win situation where we provide a grant to the university, and in turn, the university has a group of slots, for lack of a better word, that they can use our food and beverage referrals. And so we now have university relationships in Texas, Louisiana, New York, California, and Illinois. So we just a couple of weeks ago expanded to our second university in New York. We are at Yeshiva and NYU. We're still on a wait list. That's how many people desperately need mental health services in our industry, but we are growing to get that wait list shorter. Texas also is on a wait list. And so we have an LOI with UT Health. And so that would be our next expansion. But again, every time we expand to another university, it's another sizable grant. So we need to make sure before we can expand, it's not only feasible for this year, but it's sustainable for the future. We can't give it and then take it away if we lose funding. So we really have to be smart about how we expand these programs, but it's so important to us to get people off the wait lists. But what we have found that's so cool is the programs are working in every single state. Our university partners are telling us the same thing, that food and beverage has a high turnover rate. Therapy has a high turnover rate, but our program does not. When people enter our program, they stay. We have a 99% retention rate across all states of people that stay with therapy. And usually, so we provide 20 sessions. And then once they're done with their 20 sessions that come from our grant, most of the time they're moved into a sliding scale situation. Like NYU guaranteed anyone through our program, as soon as they're done with their 20 sessions, they automatically go to a $10 sliding scale fee forever. So that's huge.
Yeah, that's some incredible work. And for once again, we're talking with Lindsey Brown. She's the executive director of the Southern Smoke Festival. And you can help their cause and also enjoy some great food this coming weekend at the festival. It happens at Discovery Green. You've got some serious chefs out there, including one you may know a little very well. Chris Shepard is going to be joining you out there as well.
Absolutely. He's not cooking this year. He's more the MC guy. But we've got Aaron Franklin coming in. He's the only chef that's cooked with us every single year. He's also one of our board members. We've got Chris Bianco, who many people say has the best pizza in America. Aaron Bludorn, Levi Good, our newest James Beard Award winner in Houston, Benjamin Painter from Street to Kitchen, Chris Williams. It's an incredible lineup. So when you look at the list of James Beard Award winners, food and wine best chefs, it's significant. It's the best of the best coming in Houston this week.
Well, the hottest burger in town. You've got Bun B and Trill Burgers there, and also a friend of the show here, Evelyn Garcia, is going to be on there as well.
Oh, she's so wonderful. We love her.
She is wonderful. Lindsey, we appreciate the work you're doing. We want to thank you for joining us this morning. Have a great festival, and we wish you continued success.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We'll see you guys Saturday.
Absolutely. And we'll have all the information on the festival and the foundation in some links in our social media post after the show. Thanks, Lindsey.
Thank you.
All right, I've got my co-host who's joined me now. Had a few issues logging in with technology this morning, but Diana Barrera Burgos is here, from HCC Southeast Communications Director and also the co-host of the show. Good to see you, Diana.
Thank you so much, Todd. And yes, technology seems to run over me, but I am so happy to be here with you guys. And I have such an amazing, special guest, but he's not only a guest, he's a friend of all HCC, not only Southeast, but the system-wide. And I want to introduce to everyone, Mr. Ravi Brahmbhatt, Director of Student Innovation and Entrepreneurship. Welcome back, Ravi, into the show. I'm so excited to get to interview you, not only because you're my friend, but you're also my neighbor. So that's pretty cool, right?
That is awesome. And just, you're too kind. Thank you so much.
No problem, Ravi. We've been talking a lot about HCC and NASA's Inventathon to explore space technology and Earth sustainability. Now we can learn more. What was the inspiration behind the Inventathon, and what can we expect about this year's event?
Yeah, so the Inventathon at HCC, it's inspired by the desire to foster culture of innovation and culture of creativity and care amongst our students and our community at large. The event aims to provide faculty, participants with an opportunity to learn about and apply NASA IP, which is intellectual property, to solve real-world problems related to sustainability, right? So that's really the inspiration, is just to foster this culture of innovation and creativity amongst our students and the broader community.
So this is very interesting because there are so many things going on. There's a movie of a Hispanic astronaut that just recently came out in the movie theaters, and it's actually on Prime. So for those of you who have Prime, but also some of the things that the innovation and programs that we're having here at HCC, and there's something that my son said to me the other day about a hack. And I'm like, okay, what about a hack? What's going on? So I know, how does the format of this event fall into the hackathon to enhance the learning and innovation experience for participants? Because is there such a thing as a hackathon?
Yeah, and look, hackathons, most people, say, oh, I'm going to get the axe and hack something. That's not, hackathons are really a fast-paced format that's leveraging something called project-based learning. You could also say experiential learning, where participants are asked to think quickly and creatively, and they have to do so in a very quick time. They're given a deadline. So kind of like put your team together, put your solutions together, let's just hack out solutions. So we're looking to form teams of 3 to 6 students that kind of brainstorm innovative solutions using NASA IP, and we want them to kind of develop it in a pitch format and present it to a panel of judges. So it's kind of an ideal environment for fostering learning and innovation.
That's so incredible. I love what we're doing, and this whole idea of putting people in groups, that's really, really cool. How does the Earth sustainability theme fit into this whole NASA theme? Because I remember watching The Martian. Comes into mind. So can you explain to me a little bit about this?
So Diana, we choose a theme every semester, ever since we started doing Inventathons many years ago. We choose the sustainability goals from the UN, and we kind of rotate around it. In order for our planet to be sustainable, we have to meet the 17 goals from the UN. So one of them is around Earth, and right here on Earth. NASA has over 1,000 IPs, lots of research studies, and lots of science-based facts, lots of science literacy there. Our goal is, how do we unlock that human knowledge? And how do we get some action-oriented people around leveraging it? So that's where the MIDIC project, the MIDIC challenge is all about NASA giving students, especially Hispanic serving institutions students, opportunity to unlock NASA science IP into a commercializable business model. You may or may not know that the memory foam is a NASA IP now that's available in every mattress, right, at the stores. The LASIK eye surgery came from NASA IP that is now being used to treat people's, corrective vision. So there's over 1,000 great, science backed IP available for our students to leverage. And NASA promises, if the idea is great, they will not only take the idea, but they'll give our students free access to that IP to commercialize for many years. They'll fund it. They'll even take it. The largest prize money here is about $1.5 million. That's the phase 3 for our students. Should their IP and their idea go from phase 1, 2, and 3, they have a pool. They have a pot of money waiting for them. So we're using that to kind of focus attention on Earth. We have a lot of problems on our planet. How do we solve them with science-based facts and literacy from NASA? One of the best R&Ds in the world. So how do we leverage and connect the two? So that's really what's going on as far as our theme goes.
This is so inspirational, Ravi. I mean, I don't think a lot of people understand the magnitude of this program in this partnership. It's so amazing. An event like this is going to bring more innovation for not only our students, but for the whole community as a whole. So can you tell me and share a little bit more about the role of the mentors? Because mentors play a very important part in how they guide the teams throughout the event.
Absolutely. Now, mentors are critical in this process, right? So our mentors come from industry partners as well as HCC faculty. We should pride ourselves at HCC with having tremendous experience in our faculty body, right? There's a lot of people, not only do they know the content they teach in the classroom, but they come with experiences like you and I that we can share with our students and make solutions more practical, make them so they're feasible, right? And so mentors play that role by providing that guidance and support throughout the event, again, from brainstorming to developing the pitches for the products and services. And of course, mentors also help teams troubleshoot and overcome any challenges that they may have. So they're very important in the process.
Oh, that's wonderful. Good to know. So what kind of criteria will the judges be considering when evaluating the products and services presented by the teams?
Yeah, we're looking for creativity and innovation, feasibility, and the technical merit of the solution. We're looking for potential impact on the challenges. So those are some of the few things that our judges will be rating our student projects on.
Okay, so is it open to all ages? Because our students might want to know, hey, do I qualify? Can I join?
So yes, for this because of our partner at NASA, they have a couple of requirements. We are looking for 18 and above. So this is intended for college students. Now, the students can partner with other organizations, bring in other students from A&M, U of H, UT, as long as there's a majority student at a community college like HCC, the project is welcomed. Secondly, I think the condition required that it cannot be a full international team. They have to have majority, U.S. citizen or green card holders, only because of how NASA would approach that project. And should that team win, NASA has cash awards, upwards of $10,000. NASA has flights to the NASA Research Center in California, and lots of other prizes. So NASA has some conditions around who could potentially win. However, at HCC, I welcome anybody and everybody who wants to be there. Right at the end of the day, if you're not there to just win cash awards, you're there to learn. You're there to take part in that process of being innovative. So I welcome any and everybody, but should your team win, NASA has some conditions.
Okay, well, good to know that there's inclusivity and diversity. That's always good for HCC students and for everyone. Well, I want to say thank you so much, Ravi, for being here with us. You are just amazing and you're doing wonderful things. So thank you again, Ravi Brahmbhatt, Director of Student Innovation and Entrepreneurship. We will have all of your info in our post after the show. Thanks again, Ravi.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys. Okay, Diana, a few announcements that are going on across the district. One of them, it is World Mental Health Day today. That's right. And they are celebrating with a special event out there at HCC Central College. 12:30 to 2 p.m. today, Tuesday, October 10th, HCC Central's Harmon Building, room 101. Stop on by, check them out. We'll have a post we'll have a link in our post after the show where you can get more information. And we're also celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, Diana.
I know, Todd, the celebration's still going on all the way until October 15th. I'm so excited. So we're still celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, and this time it's going to be at the Stafford campus. Woo, my people at Stafford. HCC Southwest Student Life has lined up some fun events to finish up Hispanic Heritage Month. Hispanic Heritage Celebration in Stafford Learning Hub lobby at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Guess when? Today, Tuesday, October 10th. So don't miss it. And then there's also going to be a movie night at Stafford. The room is still to be decided, but it's going to be at 5 p.m. today as well. Dance night. I'm going to that one, Todd. I am still going to that one. That is going to be at Stafford in room 139, Thursday, October 12th. So don't miss that. So we'll have all that information after the show. For more info to register.
Okay, and they're also having a celebration out there on the Northline campus as part of LGBTQ History Month. HCC's Northeast College is celebrating National Coming Out Day, 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., Wednesday, October the 11th at the Northline campus. Check our post after the show, more information on that one. And we have something called Girl Chat Wednesdays happening as well.
Yes, it's a support group for students needing to talk about issues they want to address. And this is very serious because sometimes we lack the mental health aspect, but this is important. They can join us in this mental wellness support group on the second Wednesday in October and in November, from 3 to 4 p.m. tomorrow, Wednesday, October 11th at the HCC Central Harmon Building, room 117. Please check our post after the show for more information.
Okay, one thing that's also very important is the need for blood across our region. And the Southeast College is having a blood drive. You'll get a free t-shirt out of this. The Office of Student Life at the Southeast College is holding a blood drive next week, and donors will receive a free Space City t-shirt. It happens from 10:30 to 3 p.m. Monday, October the 18th. Put that on your calendar. It's at the Fraga campus. You guys are hosting it. I'm sure you'll be popping in there to get some pictures for social media and stuff, right?
Absolutely, Todd, and I'll send them over to you. But we also have registration, and registration is still open for a smaller semester. So though the fall and even the second start are still in full swing, a smaller, more intensive semester is still available, and all the courses are offered in person and online anytime, online on schedule, hybrid, in person, hybrid lab. And so if you guys want to learn more about our HCC programs, start dates, and options to cover costs, just go to hccs.edu/apply.
Okay. That's right. Make sure you register today. Hey, tomorrow on the show, there's going to be a eclipse this weekend, and our astronomy department has a watch party. We'll be talking with a member of them tomorrow. And for Good Works Wednesday, we'll visit with a former HCC colleague who now works with a Fort Bend food pantry. I think you know her personally, Diana.
Really? Who is this?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess I'm going to have to tune in
tomorrow. Yeah, I guarantee you do know her. I guarantee you do.
Okay.
All right, Diana, thanks for being here this morning. We'll see you next week, right?
Yes, for sure. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful.
All right, thanks, Diana. Thank you all for being here. We're back live tomorrow, 10 a.m. We're up to the minute.